This Filipino martial art is not just about weapons, it's about basically angles of attack.
It's called Escrima.
There, see.
And it's an important part of Stockton's prominent Filipino American community. This form of martial arts is ingrained in Filipino culture, and for gurus or instructors like Carlito Bonjoc and Dexter Labanog, it represents their home in the Philippines.
The other martial arts, you train empty hand, then you move on to weapons. With us, it's different. We train with the weapon first. Then you start translating some of those movements to empty hand.
But the way it was brought to Stockton can be traced back to the 60s through a man they call Grandmaster Leo Giron. Labanog says Giron was introduced to Escrima in the Philippines before coming to the United States. After coming to the States and serving in World War II, Giron felt pulled to bring it to Stockton following a tragic event.
He always refers to the nurse stories in Chicago.
In 1966, 8 Chicago student nurses were killed, some of them Filipino. Richard Speck was convicted for the murders. It was because of this crime that inspired Giron to bring Escrima to Stockton. That story resonated with Michelle Joven.
I'm 66 years old. I'm a prime candidate.
And she can't help but wonder what would have happened to those 8 nurses had they had some sort of martial arts training.
If women would just learn to just fight with something like this, because you can do a lot with something on these ends. That's one of the things I carry around with me because I am not going to be a victim.
In an effort to continue to keep this Filipino tradition alive, the nonprofit organization Stockton Multi-Style Escrima was formed, encompassing the original teachings of Giron's style.
He would tell us about utilizing weapons that were readily available that they use every day, which was the long bolos and knife-cutting tools.
Once Giron passed in 2002, the goal of the nonprofit was to continue his legacy for generations to come.
Young kids, the generation after and the several generations now after that, they have no connection. Their connection to our culture disappears. And so this is one thing that they can grab on.
Today, Bonjoc continues to teach. He's the founder of Matasay Baguio, teaching his own specific style of Escrima. It's a challenge he takes on even after losing the ability to use his legs.
I couldn't participate in a lot of sports, but for some reason I was able to do Escrima, and it improved my balance.
Escrima classes are free to this day, and it's important it stays that way, especially as crime in Stockton continues to rise.
The way Stockton is right now, I think a lot of major cities also, there's a lot of potential to be a victim. Everybody should learn some kind of self-defense.
And while a majority of the focus of Escrima is self-defense, the most important aspect of this is the preservation of the rich Filipino culture.
I'm proud of that, because it's part of my heritage. This is my city, this is my town. I live here, and I get to represent it. We still teach good Escrima here.